Good evening, everyone, respected faculty and my dear residents. I welcome everyone to today's intra-departmental quiz program conducted as a part of Alzheimer's Day, and which is on September 21st. So I welcome you all to the quiz program. Our quiz master is respected Dr. Dayal Narayan, Associate Professor of our department. And now I welcome our HOD, Dr. Harrison, to say a few words and inaugurate the function.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Dear colleagues and dear friends, I am not going. We need not have a very formal inauguration and all those things. I think it is just a quiz program, mainly focusing on. I hope it is on Alzheimer's disease and related conditions, most likely, or maybe majority of the questions maybe from that area, I think. And as we all know, this is September 21st is the World Alzheimer's Day, and we all know about Alois Alzheimer, and it's interesting to read. If you don't know, please read about Alois Alzheimer and the disease and all those things. So I think we'll have a good quiz program. Dayal and Nishant needs to be mentioned specifically for initiating this idea and volunteering to do this, and Anu especially for being giving support and being the scorer and all. So Dayal is the quiz master, and he's a quiz master of international or even international fame. He has been in quiz for from the MBBS days onwards, and is a professional quiz master to say the least. So I think we'll have an entertaining quiz, and I declare it inaugurated, and over to Anu for further proceedings.
Thank you, sir. So now we'll proceed to the quiz sessions as formally. So I invite our quiz master, respected Dr. Dayal Narayan, sir, to start the session. So I hand over the mic to sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, dear colleagues and students. So this is basically an experimental activity that we have started with the keen interest. Basically, it came from Nishant, and all the hard work behind this particular program has been from his side, right from the concept of doing something like this on this particular day. I was initially a bit reluctant because the time frame was very short, but then with his enthusiasm and frequent reminders, I think we could do it today. I thank him for that, and all the questions and all the content, research work, everything, questions have been his effort. My job is basically to plan the process and also present it. So all credits goes to him. And now coming to the program per se, many of you may not be very familiar with this online process of quizzing. So let me first tell you what we are planning to do today. This is a trial, and we are planning to come up with more interesting and bigger programs in future if this goes on well. So the thing here is that we have a Zoom meeting. We present questions as a presentation on slides. I will read out also. I will give some clues, or I will discuss things briefly. Some 10 to 15 seconds, or maybe sometimes even longer time may be given for you to give your responses. Make sure that you don't shout out the answers. No need to raise hands. You just need to type your answers and send it in the chat box, directed at the host. Not make sure that it is not directed at everyone, because then everyone will be seeing your response. Only the quizmaster needs to see your answers. Just type the answers in the chat box and send it. And I will look into the chat box, and it's easy for me to pick the answer which has come first, second, third, like that. And for ensuring maximum participation and maximum responses, what we've done is we have decided to give first 3 correct answers the points. So the first responder correct response will get 10, second will get 7, and third will get 5. I will come to those rules. So first of all, I would request all the participants to keep their videos on so that we get to see whether you are there and you are actually physically participating in the process, and also make sure that it's fair play basically. And you can all mute your audios so that there are no disturbances in between. Audio, you don't need to actually answer anything orally, so you can keep your audio muted and keep your videos on. So I request all of you to do that. And if anyone hasn't named their screen with their own name, please do that. All the participants, make sure that you are given your name on the screen, and also switch on the videos, please. Rayhana, I can see. Shabna, I can see.
Dayal, 1 second.
Yes.
Before
Yes,
going
sir.
into the quiz,
Yeah.
just one point I thought now, because Tanvi is also here. So
Yeah.
it is the right time to felicitate her for her achievement with this being a quiz competition again. So
Yes.
I just saw her that after that
Yeah.
winning the prize, she is coming amidst us for the first time now.
Yes.
So I thought I'll mention that, and Tanvi, congrats from all our from the
Yes.
entire department, and
Yes, sir.
you have done a wonderful thing. Okay, we are all happy that you could achieve such a brilliant victory. You have won that. Beyond that, it was a very brilliant victory. Okay,
Thank you,
so
sir.
we are all happy about that, and you have made us proud. Okay,
Thank you,
so
sir.
that is
Yes.
one thing. Yeah, and another thing is regarding the time limit. Is there a time limit for the question? Like they may be going on typing, no? So how much time you will give in?
I would actually calculate it. I have calculated around 15 to 20 seconds, and I will announce that now it is time.
Okay.
We will not
Okay.
accept any further answers, and then we will go. That is the
Okay.
way.
Okay. Right.
Maximum 30 seconds, I think, not more than that. After I
So
complete the question. Yeah.
they will get 30 seconds. And another
Yeah.
thing is, if they are if the audio is muted, they can
Yeah.
discuss with another person sitting near them. So how will we take care of that?
I hopefully I trust them. They
No, they can put
play.
the screen like this, and the fellow can sit behind the screen.
Yeah.
No?
But I don't think they will do that much for this particular program. Anyway, let us see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I believe in them. Yeah,
Okay.
professionally, we take them for their integrity and sincerity. Yeah, that's all that we can
Okay.
do.
So best wishes for all the participants.
Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
there is
Uh,
someone having a doubt whether they have to give the answer in this chat itself, Zoom chat.
Yeah, in this
there is-
chat, but you can see that within the chat, once you type, you will see 2 meeting group chat or 2, I think, host Dayal Narayan, you will see. That is where you need to direct. You might see 2 Dayal.
There are 2 Dayal Narayanan.
Yeah,
One is host and one is your name.
Yeah. I think host.
The problem is no. Difference is in your name. This face is shown. The other one is only DD.
Okay.
Blue DD. Blue DD one. Okay. So that is the host.
So for me, like Dr. Dayal Narayan, one is host, and another Dayal Narayan is also there, sir.
One is Dr. Dayal Narayanan. Host is Dr. Dayal Narayanan. Other is only Dayal Narayanan, and your face, as we see now, is there.
Okay, can you do one thing? Can anyone send me a chat in that one of this? And
yeah, that is good. Let everybody send a trial.
I can check whether it is coming to my chat box. Okay, Raihana has sent a direct message. Anu has sent. Hari Krishnan. Okay, Tanvi. I get one from Zoom user. Again, so Harith sir has sent me a message. So this is the account to which I need to get the response, because that is where I will be checking.
This is the Dr. Dayal Narayanan host. This is
okay. So everyone, please note the messages are to be directed to Dr. Dayal Narayan host. Okay, I have seen Ashfaq's message. need to get some more responses. I think Sharanya, okay, has sent. Lakshmi Priya has sent, okay. Right, Amal, I've got, right. So I don't think if there is any conclusion, Shabna has sent a message. Okay, so what I will do is I will after this question, after questions, I will check the chat box, and then once a sufficient number of responses have come in, I would announce that now I will stop taking any more answers, and then I will go to answers and scores. So that is how we are planning to do.
No, for one more note. For each question, will you announce the answer, or at the end of
Yeah, for each question, I will announce and display the answer, and I will
mark
also mention who all scored in that question.
What mark,
so
5,
that,
10,
so that Anu can keep a track of the scores.
Okay, sir.
Dayal, but what about the audience members?
Yeah, audience can.
Are they expected to send, or only if needed?
No, I think we will keep the audience in abeyance now. They can simply watch, and if I invite answers from the audience, please do respond. Otherwise, I think
if needed. Okay.
Yeah. Be part of the audience. Yeah.
What's the stake? Locust.
Yeah.
Only when the quizmaster announces that it is open to audience, we need to answer. Otherwise, we will not answer. Okay.
And so today we have around. I have 30 questions. Let us see whether if it goes on too long, then we may stop in between also. But we are ready with 30 questions, and I will go to the rules here. Yeah. So please keep your video on. Answers to be sent to chat box to the host. That is my name, as just now mentioned. Please do not shout out. You may keep your audio mute. Maybe a sufficient time will be given to answer each question. And first 3 correct responses will get 10, 7, and 5 points each. Please make sure that we are playing fair, and no unnecessary and illegal measures are used to get your answers. No negative marks, so keep guessing. I would encourage maximum responses rather than getting only 1 or 2 correct responses, because this is the way we learn. It's a fun way of learning. Quizzing is all about that. And you will see a lot of clues on the question slides. That is another thing that you all need to look into. And these clues will not be direct answer clues. It will be something which sounds like that, something that looks like that, or something like that. So just pay attention to the images or whatever things written on the slide also, apart from whether you know the answer or not, because that is simply to connect your thoughts to the answers and see whether you can guess an answer even if you don't really know it. So this is a sample question, just see. So all of you can actually try whether you are able to get an answer. What is the ICD code of for dementia in Alzheimer's disease? So since it's a trial question, I've given the number 0 there. So you can start answering in my chat box direct. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Many messages I've seen, many correct responses. And you see that the question contains an image on the slide. And I hope that is a clue to the answer also. And also the question number is again a clue to the answer. So the correct answer that I was expecting is F00. So some problem in the screen. Let me see. Yeah. So this is the correct answer, and 0 was the clue actually. I hope the thing with the clue is also clear to the participants. This is how you may actually expect some clues on the question slide, not directly saying something about the answer. So if everything is clear, And I will announce the answer, the points here. The first correct answer that I received was from Tanvi. Second, heel text, I think that is Swab.
That's how.
Yeah, so please rename your screen as Swab so that we don't have any confusion. And third is to receive, the third correct answer received was from Manas. So that is how it goes. So let us proceed to the next question. Okay, here it is. So question number 1. In 2021, which city in India was designated as the country's first dementia-friendly city? There is an image on the screen. It is not anything about dementia. It is about the city, actually. If you are familiar with the city or the things related to the city, it may be an easy way of recognizing. So, okay. Think about places familiar to you and try whether you can make a guess. Yes, I am receiving responses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, again, this particular image shows something which is very unique to that city. Again, something first in India. So that is the reason why it was chosen. It may not be very evident from that image, but if you have seen it or if you have seen the news, you may remember. Okay, I have received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 responses. You can wait for 1 or 2 more if someone is willing to make a guess. Okay, I will close the question here for further answers. So next comes the answer slide. There is a problem in the slide. Answer is Kochi, actually. So what you saw in the image was actually the water metro in Kochi, which was also the first in India. The first city to have a water metro was Kochi, and Kochi, a happy thing for all of us that Kochi, the city, has been declared as dementia friendly first time in India. So the only correct answer I received was from Manas, and he gets 10 points. Others tried, they have given some cities, but unfortunately only he could get it correctly. So 10 points to Manas.
One comment, the clue was the color of the seat, which is the same color of the metro, Kochi metro also.
Okay, sir.
Color of the seat of the boat was same as Kochi metro's unique color, seat color.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So now comes the next question. I hope everyone is ready. We move on. Question number 2. Nishant, I have some difficulty in slide advancing. Actually, it gets stuck. I don't know if it is due to some technical issue from my end, because sometimes it just moves, sometimes it doesn't.
Let me just check with the I don't know, like, is there anything to do?
Yeah, I'm here. If possible, if you can close the slides and then reopen it, it might work.
Okay. Let me see. So I will stop slide share and then close it and reopen.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So going on to the next question. Yeah, it has come. So next is again something related to Kerala. Kerala State Initiative on Dementia, KSID, is known by the name. What is the name given to Kerala State Initiative in Dementia? Now, recently we have seen many programs being named with certain unique terms. So we have heard about Ashwasa Kiranam, we have heard about Chiri, there are certain programs. So similarly, you can think about something in Malayalam. So it does not necessarily a Malayalam term, because Sanskrit, Hindi, everything has similarity. So a term, and the images may be a clue. If you watch very keenly, actually the term is there in the images. Actually, the two images will give you the term if you want to answer. Think about dementia, think about Malayalam terms, and think about these two images. You may actually get the answer. I am waiting for answers. Participants, no one?
Okay, sir. Can I?
No, please wait. I mean about the participants, not open to audience. There was a message from Nikhil in between. I saw a message from Nikhil. Even audience can actually send a direct message to me, as long as it is a direct message, not in the open chat. No problem.
No, but that message is seen. Nikhil's answer is seen by all.
Okay. Oh, that is sent not as a personal message. It is sent as a common message, Nikhil. So please send us a direct message. I don't think I am seeing any direct messages. I will give some more clues. What you see, the person's face, can you recognize the person? Very famous person.
Irani.
Okay. Can you connect her to dementia in any way? And the road that you see, that will be the question. So this is now not for points. You can make guesses based on these clues. Now that I have given away the actual answer part through the clue, anyone make a guess? Smriti Irani is correct. And what you see on the other images? A road, a big road. So usually major roads are given the term maybe in Hindi or Sanskrit as maybe royal roads. In Delhi, where we have some functions on public days, national days.
Rajpatha.
Yes, to connect this and that, road is Pad and this is Smriti Irani. Actually, Smriti Padam is the term given to actually the answer is there. Only if you are familiar with the term, you will be able to answer with this. So Lakshmi has made attempt Smriti Vidhi. It was close enough. Okay, some consolation points to Lakshmi, not in the competition. So it is Smriti Patham actually. The Kerala initiative in dementia is known as Smriti Patham. Okay, so here is the answer. So moving on to the third question. Nobody scores any points in that list, Anu. Okay. Question 3. What is the theme for World Alzheimer's Day 2023? Anything, anyway, I think many people would have checked on this being a quiz on Alzheimer's Day. So I'm sure that I will get correct answers. And the clue is, answer is already there on the slide in images. So please be prompt. If there are many answers, I will give priority to correctly worded answers because it's a somewhat long term phrase which is given as it's a theme. Okay, I'm getting 3 responses already. Okay. I think when I am checking the chat, something happens to the slide movement. Then, yeah. Can I close now? I think we have received a sufficient number of responses, and I think I will close the question for answers now. Actually, it's very evident on the screen. It is never too early, never too late. So it's an interesting way of putting across the theme of dementia. And answers I received with correctly worded responses. First was from Tanvi, 10 points to you. Second, Lakshmi Priya, not too early, not too late. Okay, you will have to wait. Manas has given never too early, never too late. Never too early, never too Hari Krishnan. So I think 10 points to Tanvi, 10 points to Manas, and 10 points to Soap.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 10, 5, and 10, 7, and 5. Sorry. I'm sorry. 10, 7, and 5 to Tanvi, Manas, and Soap. And Hari Krishnan has also given the right answer, but not getting any points there. Question number 4. Yeah. Again, this you can make a guess if you don't know the answer as a fact. In which country can you find the world's first dementia village? A concept which was actually introduced in 2009. I'm not going to the specifics. The clues are there on the screen. One is the name of the dementia village itself. That can be a clue. Then you might see another image, which is a clue to the country. So I'm getting responses from different people. Okay, I have got 6 or 7 responses. So I think I will close the question here. What you see there is the name and also an orange. Orange is basically a color connected to a country, most importantly the football team, the royal family of that, the orange family of that country is the country of Netherlands or Holland, what you also call as. So I think only Soab gets it right. He has given Dutch as the answer, so I will accept it. 10 points to him. So Holland is the answer that I was looking for. I'll go to the next slide. Let me see. Yeah, Netherlands. Fine. So 10 points to Soab in that question. Question number 5. On the 10th anniversary of which organization was World Alzheimer's Day introduced on September 21st, 1994 in Edinburgh? So an organization which celebrated its 10th anniversary in 1994 on the date of 21st September was the reason why it was taken as the Alzheimer's Day from that day onwards. So there is a clue on the screen. Actually, it is the logo of that organization. The name also is given, but I have partly masked the name to encourage you to guess. So let us see how many of you can make a guess of any organization linked to dementia? Three responses I have received so far. We'll wait for one or two more. Anyone else attempting? I have got only 3 responses so far. Lakshmi Priya has, so I will close the question here for further responses. Lakshmi has answered ADI. Swab answered Alzheimer's Association. No other responses I have got so far. So let us go to the answer slide and see whether any of these answers are correct or we need to get some other answer. Okay. It is actually Alzheimer's Disease International or ADI. So only Lakshmi gets it right. I think she will get 10 points for this. Hari has also answered, but that is not correct. Alzheimer's International Association. So, so it is ADI, the anniversary of which was considered to be the first Alzheimer's Day, and then subsequently from 94 onwards, we are observing this date as Alzheimer's Day, World Alzheimer's Day. Okay. 5 questions are over. Moving on to 6th. Yeah. These are abbreviations. Now another 3-4 questions are on abbreviations. Something related to dementia as an illness, as some projects or studies or trials related to dementia. So expand STRIDE, which is a project, which is an internationally funded project in the field of dementia. So if please try if you can identify what it is. Expand STRIDE. Make some guesses. I will give some more time for you to complete the answer, because you may need to type in a few words. So your audio is on, I think.
Sorry, sir.
No responses. This is a tough one, I would say. Anyone from the audience want to make an attempt, please? You may even directly speak out by unmuting. This is one of the tough questions in this quiz. If no one is attempting, let me go to the answer slide. Yeah, I see a response in the chat box. Strengthening, and Nikhil is trying, I think. Yeah, strengthening response. Let us see if is close. Strengthening responses to dementia in developing countries. Actually, the picture. Actually, this picture I thought I would keep in the question slide. Unfortunately, it came into the answer slide. That was the clue in the picture. It was actually developing countries were shaded in the picture, and It is a project to build capacity in dementia research in 7 developing countries, and ARDSI is an organization which is a member of the STRIDE project. So STRIDE is, so I think Nikhil has come pretty close. Strengthening response to dementia in developing countries. Okay, he has actually, in fact, completed the answer. Congratulations. Bonus points to you. Next question. Question number 7. Yeah. Again, it's a question to expand a clinical trial in the field of dementia. You will see it's Domino AD. You can make some guesses. At least part of the abbreviation is very clear. Domino AD, a clinical research in the field of dementia. An interesting name. That's why you see the third image there. The first two are directly dementia related, whereas the third is simply because of the name. Don't get misled by the third clue. That is only because it's domino. Donepezil. Okay. I'm getting responses in the chat box, but not sufficient. Yeah, I will wait for one more and then close the question. Don't worry about your spellings. I just need to know that you know the concept. I'm not bothered about whether the spelling is correct or there are certain inaccuracies regarding that. Okay. So we have received sufficient responses, and I will close the question here for the answers. It is actually donepezil and memantine in moderate to severe Alzheimer's disease. In fact, I actually happened to say donepezil unknowingly in between. I was just reading out a response from the chat box. Anyway, I think that didn't do much harm because I didn't get any fully correct responses, whereas partially correct, I can say donepezil and memantine intervention in Alzheimer's disease, donepezil memantine in treatment of Alzheimer's, donepezil memantine in severe Alzheimer's. So basically, people have understood donepezil and memantine, and if donepezil memantine and Alzheimer's is there, I think I will give you the marks because these are not things that we frequently remember, but this will help you. Now that you have seen the slide and you have read this response, you will remember that it is related to treatment trial in dementia and the drugs involved are donepezil and memantine. So the marks goes to Tanvi 10, Lakshmi 7, and Manas 5. So that is the order in which I have received the responses. So I think we will go to the next question. Fast. I mean, you need to come up with answers very fast because the question is about fast. Expand fast in the context of dementia. This is a reasonably simple question, straightforward one. Might have heard about it also. So I expect many people to answer. Image has nothing to do with dementia or the expansion of fast. Image simply depicts Fast and Furious. I have received 2 responses, 3 responses so far. No more attempts. Make it fast if you want to. So I will close it here because it is reasonably straightforward and simple. So FAST in the context of dementia is functional assessment staging tool actually. So the correct responses I would say, let me check once more, functional assessment staging tool. Tanvi has got it right, 10 points to Tanvi, 7 points to Sovab. These are the 2 responses I have got. I would request all the participants to be more active in responding. See, I'm not going to read out even if the answer is wrong. I will only announce the correct answers. So please don't feel shy about responding. This is all about participating. A lot of effort has gone into preparing the questions by Dr. Nishant and organizing the whole program. So I think you all be an active part of it. So let us go to the next question, question number 9. Another expansion of an abbreviation, late. So you'll see some images. And this is in the context of dementia only, late. I would also give another clue, additional clue, that it's a subtype of dementia or a dementia-like illness, you can say. So if that helps to get at least one of the letters expanded in LATE. Yes, please. Responses. If I don't get fully correct answers, I would also give it to partially correct answers, part points, if not full points. So try to grab some points here and there, please. 3 responses. Okay. Three, 4, 5 more seconds. If you want to answer, please do it now. Okay, I will close the answering window now. Last I have received one more. Okay, right. So the answer to this question is actually limbic predominant age-related TDP-43 encephalopathy. Actually, TDP was 43 was what was depicted at the top of the screen, and it's a recently characterized subtype of dementia or dementia-like illness. So going to the answers that I received, yes, Tanvi has got it correctly. I would say TDP-43 encephalopathy. Only thing missing was in Tanvin's answer is age-related. Limbic was there, encephalopathy, TDP was there. So that is good enough. Lakshmi has also got somewhat age-related and limbic. She has got it correctly. Okay, so I think I will give 7 to Tanvi and 5 to Lakshmi in this question. Okay, nobody has got it fully correct, but these two have got almost there. So 7 points to Tanvi and 5 points to Lakshmi in this question. Right. So that was question number 9. This is a very simple one. All of you should get it correct. What is BPSD in dementia? It's very commonly used, very frequently used. It's clinical basic thing. So even NGOs, organization working in dementia would use this term when they discuss about problems faced while caring for patients. I've got 4 quick correct answers. Right. So I think I will close the question here because now further answers may not fetch you any points even if it is correct. So the answer that I was looking for is behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia. It is very commonly discussed as a psychiatry topic, and we are usually called upon to do some interventions, treat in patients with dementia. So that was question number 10, and the points in that question, the first correct answer was from Tanvi, then from Lakshmi, and then Soap. So 10, 7, and 5 to Tanvi, Lakshmi, and Soap in that order. So that brings us to the first threshold in the quiz, that is 10 questions out of 30. And now I think Anu will be ready with the score at the end of 10 questions.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So coming to the score, sir, leading is Tanvi. Tanvi has scored 47.
Okay.
Now, then we have in the second position Lakshmi with 29.
Okay.
And Saab sir with 27.
Okay.
And then Manas with 22.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Opened
good
account,
going.
accounts
Okay.
not open.
Okay. 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 Very good. So it's only 1/3 of the questions now. So we have enough time to change the lead and get into the lead for others also. So I would say that all of you please try to make it in the next questions. Question number 11. Again, a simple practical application question. You all might have heard about MOCA, Montreal Cognitive Assessment. What is the total score out of which MOCA is calculated? So a person's score is calculated out of a total maximum possible of how much in MOCA. So the sheet actually shows that scoring pattern, and the last part I have deliberately cut away. So if you remember the sections and the scores, from this you can actually calculate mentally what is the total score in MOCA. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have received sufficient number of correct answers. That was pretty quick. First to send the right answer was Manas, then Tanvi, and then Soab. So 10, 7, and 5 to Manas, Tanvi, and Soab. So it's a straightforward question. The answer is 30. So 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 5, 6. That is the way the section scores go, a total adding up to 30. So that was question number 11. Moving on to next one, question number 12. You see a photo of a couple there. And we know MMSE as a very common tool. What I need is a common name in the first 2 authors. Third author I have given as Paul R. McHugh. But we know the score as given by dash et al. That et al is actually two people with the same second name. You see them in that photo, Marshall dash and Susan dash. So I need that name. MMSE is by dash et al. That is what we usually say in references. So let me see who all knows that name. Right? Okay. Again, we get a lot of participants promptly giving the right answer. And I think with 5 or 6 correct answers, I will stop here. So what you see here is the picture of Marshall Folstein and Susan Folstein, along with Paul McHugh. And we usually refer to MMSE as given by Folstein et al. So that is the correct answer. Folstein was the word that I was looking for. And in the order of correct responses, Tanvi was first, then Manas, and then Soab. So 10, 7, and 5 to Tanvi, Manas, and Soab. Lakshmi had also given the right answer, but unfortunately, just after the third response. So she doesn't get any points there. Question number 13. Again, this is a common clinical thing. In clock drawing test that we give to patients, patient is instructed to draw a clock face displaying what time? What is the time which should be shown on the clock face when you ask a patient to draw the clock? You can type the time or you can write it in words, whichever is easier for you, make it. Clock drawing test. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have seen correct responses from many people, and some actually made some mistakes in typing, but that is okay. Let me see. So, can we go to the answer? Right. It is actually 10 minutes past 11. It's 11:10, we would say in Indian ways. It is 11:10 or 10 minutes past 11. So the right answers I got is first from Tanvi, second from Lakshmi, then Rayhana. Okay, Rayhana has come into the scoreboard. So the correct answers, first 3 correct answers were from Tanvi, Lakshmi, and Rayhana. So in that order, you will give 10, 7, and 5 points for this question. Very good. So we'll go to the question number 14. What is a 3MS test? You will see the authors and the article mentioned at the bottom of the screen. What I need is, what is 3MS? Again, closely related to the topic of dementia. Okay. Yes. We have got. Okay, we have got enough correct responses. So without delay, we will go to the correct answer. That is the modified mini mental state examination actually. So 3MS modified mini mental. S is the state. So 3MS is modified mini mental state examination or test. So Tanvi has got it correct. Soab has got it correct, and Manas has got it correct initially. So 10 to Tanvi, 7 to Soab, and 5 to Manas. Hari Krishnan has also given the right answer. Okay, so that was question number 14. Now we go to question 15. We're approaching the halfway mark. So again, another test. Which test includes the double diamond copy task, which formed the basis for interlocking pentagons in MMSE? So MMSE includes the interlocking pentagon to be drawn by the patient. That is there in the picture. Now below that you see another picture which shows the responses or the items in another test. And the clue to the answer is the person on the screen who was a child psychiatrist. Her first name is Loretta. So what I need is the second part of her name. A very famous American child psychiatrist, early part of 20th century. And her name is associated with a test in psychiatry or psychology. And that test actually has contributed to the double diamond copy task or the interlocking pentagon task in MMSE. So I need the name of that test, which is the second name of this person, a very famous American child psychiatrist of early part of 20th century. And if you're familiar with the test items given at the lower part of the screen, named A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you will get the answer. Okay, I'm getting correct answers. I'm getting attempted correct answers. I will wait for one more response. There's a chance for one more person to score. I've got 2 correct answers till now. If anyone wants to attempt. No one. So I will stop here and go to the answer slide. Actually, it is the Bender Gestalt test. So I wanted the name Bender, that is Loretta Bender. There is a very interesting story behind the works of Loretta Bender as a child psychiatrist, which I think you all should read. I happened to read about it just because I was going through this question. So maybe that will give us a lot of insights into the way psychiatric research worked in the early part of 20th century. I will not give further details about that. I would ask you to read up and find out. So it is actually BGT is the test, Bender Gestalt test. So the name Bender is enough, Loretta Bender, if you have identified it as Bender. So I think the first right response was from Manas, 10 points. Lakshmi Priya got it correctly, Bender. So again, 7 points. No other correct responses. So I think Manas gets 10 and Lakshmi gets 7. So those are the scores in question number 15. Question number 7. Now a little bit of questions about some medications, mechanisms of action, things like that. So this is an agent tried in Alzheimer's as an adjunct alongside donepezil, intepirdine. But I would say it didn't have much utility. But still, maybe it is interesting to know about the research. So what mechanism has been credited for this particular agent is what I was looking for. So you think about mechanisms like receptor level mechanisms, I would say some agonist, antagonist, receptor subtypes, anything like that. Please try to make a guess. No clues actually for this particular question. I couldn't actually find any or look for any clues. I've got 3, 4, 5 responses. I think I will stop here. Okay. And go to the answer slide. It is a selective 5-HT6 antagonist actually. And the companies, initially it was developed by one company, later on taken over by Axovant, and finally it has discontinued developing this drug because they couldn't find a sufficient utility for this molecule. So the points here goes to Tanvi gets 10 full points. She has given it fully and correctly. Serotonin inhibitor. So I was given answer serotonin inhibitor. I think we'll give a partial points to that. 5 points. Okay. So 10 to Tanvi and 5 to Soab. No one else scores in that question. So question number 70. Give the action of memantine in simple terms. Actually, it is interesting to note that initially it was synthesized and patented as an anti-diabetic agent, but it didn't have much of anti-diabetic action and efficacy. Then it was shelved, and subsequently research documented its utility in the domain of dementia. Okay. Right. So I think most of you have answered to this question. That is good to see that people are attempting, and you are familiar with the molecule. That is one reason. So can we go to the answer slide? It is a glutamatergic NMDA receptor antagonist actually. So I would give points to anything where NMDA has been given, antagonist has been given. And in that, the answers first is from Manas, second is Hari Krishnan, and third is Tanvi. Sawab, Lakshmi, Ubaid, Amal, Sharanya, Shabna, Raihana, everyone has given correct answers. So unfortunately, we can give points to only the initial 3. So the points go to just a moment. Where is the? I just happened to miss this. Hari Krishnan. Okay.
10 points, Tanvi 5 points, Hari Krishnan 7 points.
Just a minute, let me check because a lot of responses came, so I have to make sure it is correct. Yeah, Manas 10 points, Hari Krishnan 10 points, 7 points, and Tanvi 5 points. Correct.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. So many people answered in that question. That is good to see. Next question. Which is the first drug approved by US FDA for the treatment of agitation in Alzheimer's disease? We treat agitation in Alzheimer's disease with so many drugs, but the first US FDA approval for this specific purpose was only very recent. I would say May 2023. And it is supposed to be a partial agonist of serotonin 5-HTA1 T1A receptor and dopamine D2 and D3 receptors. And for those who are not very sure about the molecule, the clues in the picture may be of help to choose the word. The first clue is actually one country staying away from a bigger picture. Second image is actually the impact of a side effect of certain drugs or treatment during treatment of psychiatric disorders, sometimes seen on the teeth. Both these words, they are not actually the answer that I am looking for. They may lead to the answer to this molecule. due to similarity in the way these words are pronounced or spelled. So that is the whole clue that I can give you. Right? Yeah, I think many have got it correctly, and some have actually got the clue but got the answer wrong. So since we have sufficient number of answers, we will go to the answer slide. It is actually brexpiprazole. The images that you saw was that of Brexit and Brexism. So brexpiprazole answer was given correctly by first by Tanvi, second Manas, and third is Hari Krishnan. So Tanvi gets 10, Manas gets 7, and Hari Krishnan gets 5 for that question. Lakshmi has also given correct answer to that question. Okay. Next one, question number 19. Which drug invented by the team led by Hachiro Sugimoto, so name is Japanese, is commonly referred to in the pharmacological literature as E2020? Very cute name, E2020. Somewhere in the image that is given below, there is a clue to the name. Don't look directly for the name of the drug, but something that looks like a part of the name of the drug is there. If you know the history of that drug, development of that drug from Japan, maybe you will get the clue and answer. Five more seconds. Just make a guess. Anyway, it is a dementia drug. Think about all the dementia drugs that you can imagine, and make a guess. Okay, so I will stop here and go to the answer. It is actually donepezil. So the correct answers received were first from Tanvi, second from Soab, and third from Lakshmi. So 10, 7, and 5 to Tanvi, Soab, and Lakshmi for this question. So the last question for the second part of the quiz, that is the 20th question. We go to that. Which is the first in class oral orexin receptor antagonist approved for treatment of insomnia in Alzheimer's disease? Again, definitely Honda is not the clue. Something else may be a clue to the name of the drug. Elevate has been recently launched by Honda as an SUV with a very distinct design. So let us see whether you are able to make a guess based on that clue. Basically, we are looking for an orexin receptor antagonist and something in the clue. Okay. So if you know the name, that's, I think, enough to conclude the answer. We go to the answer. It is suvorexant actually. SUV was what I was giving as a clue there. Suvorexant is the agent that is in question. So the right answers came from Tanvi, then Amal. Only 2 have got it correct. So Tanvi gets 10 and Amal gets 7 for that question. Well done. So after 20 questions, now over to Anu again for the current scores.
Sir, again, Tanvi is leading, sir.
Yeah.
With 119 points, 119 points.
Okay.
And second place will be to Manas.
Okay.
Second place will be Manas. And third place will be for Savab and fourth for Lakshmi.
Yeah. Can you give the scores also? Manas, Sawab, and Lakshmi.
Sir, Manas 71.
Okay.
Savab sir 56.
Okay.
And Lakshmi with 48.
Okay, very good. And you keep the scores of others also there, so that we can finally, if there is a change in the lead, we can always get them onto that. Okay, fine. So
Maybe,
20 questions. Yeah.
Maybe you can read out the scores of others also, because they also need the
There not be any confusion. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Rehana scoring 5 points.
Yeah.
Will scoring 7 points. And Hari Krishnan scoring 12 points.
Okay. Good. So let us go to question number 21. Some terms. Which therapy allows patients to recall and relive past events, stimulating memory and mood within the context of their life history? So this is a therapy attempted in patients with dementia. Actually, the picture there is a movie poster of Hugh Jackman and a recent movie. The name was in fact the term that I'm looking for. I've blanked the name partially. If you can make a guess based on the question here, that is recall, relive, memory, mood, all those things connecting, and a single term. That would be enough, I think. Right. People are making intelligent guesses. Very good. So I think we will move on to the answer here. It is reminiscence therapy. That was the name of the movie also. Reminiscence was the name of the movie. So people getting it correct are Tanvi, Lakshmi, and who is a Zoom user? Can you unmute and say Zoom user?
Sir, Manas, sir. Again, I think.
Okay, okay, the name has gone back. Okay, so Tanvi, Lakshmi, and Manas getting 10, 7, and 5 points. Well done. Again, yeah, these are the only 3 people to get it correct also. Fine. So going on to question number 22. Presenilin 1 gene, it's very commonly discussed in dementia context. I just want to know the name of the chromosome on which presenilin 1 is located. For people who are not very sure about the number, the picture may help. Picture may help and picture may not help sometimes. It may lead you to wrong clues also. So be very thoughtful before using the clue. We have good enough number of correct answers which have come very promptly. Okay. So all you see is the image given in the official page of Apple for their product iPhone 14. So chromosome number 14 was what I was looking for, with right answers coming from Manas first, then Sharanya, and then Hari Krishnan. So Manas gets 10, Sharanya gets 7, and Hari Krishnan gets 5 points for that. Amal, Ubay, Amal, and Sawab has also answered correctly, but Shabna has also given a right answer, but no points for them. Right. So that was question number 22. Coming to question number 23. So again, you see a Japanese face at the bottom. Actin-rich intracellular inclusions found in the brains of patients with Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative conditions are known as. So definitely it is named after a person who was the researcher behind this. And the other image is another character in Japanese animes where this sharing the same name. So that you may not be familiar with. Anyway, if you heard about this name, I think you will get it. Can we move on to the answer? I have received some 7, 8 answers already. So we'll move to the answer slide. These are called as Hirano bodies. Hirano was the word I was looking for. And correct answers from first from Tanvi, then Hari Krishnan. 2 right answers I've got. So Tanvi gets 10 and Hari Krishnan gets 7. Good going. Question number 24. The type of delusional syndrome in which the patient believes, a dementia patient believes that someone uninvited is residing in his or her home despite evidence to the contrary is called. You see 2 pictures. The third picture is what indicates the answer. And if you can link the first 2. The first is a character, second is the person who has created that character. Third is another character created by the same person. So maybe that will lead you to the answer. There's a very famous comic character is there in the name of this so-called syndrome. It's just a symptom actually. You can say that it becomes part of the behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia. It creates a lot of problems in management of persons with dementia. So I think we'll go to, yeah. Any doubts? Okay. So we'll go to the answer slide. This is actually phantom border syndrome. Actually, Lee Falk is the person who's created the characters of both Mandrake and Phantom. So phantom border syndrome is what it is known as in literature. Correct answers given by Tanvi, Lakshmi, 2 people. So Tanvi gets 10 and Lakshmi gets 7 for this this question. Going on to question number 25. So this is something I'm sure that none of you might have heard about. So you need to make up the answer by the clues given. Multisensory stimulation rooms used as an intervention to manage maladaptive behavior in patients with dementia are called. Actually, it's basically a portmanteau, that is connection of combining two terms into a one word. So it's a neological contraction formed from a blend of 2 Dutch terms again, snuffelen and dozelen, meaning to sniff and to doze or snooze. So again, developed in Netherlands. They are, I think, very fond of doing many new things in the field of dementia. It has no demonstrated efficacy, actually. So you can try to add these two terms creatively and then give a single word as an answer if possible. I think for this question, I will have to give points to part of answers. Oh, it's good that 2 correct answers I have received already. Very good. So anyway, this is an interesting word. Beyond that, I think it does not carry much evidence. So let us go to the answer. It's actually Snozelen. I don't know whether actually they pronounce it that way. It's a branded thing. Actually, a company has branded and promoted this particular environment as their discovery. And that is what the word is all about. It's actually a combination of 2 terms. So the answers I received from 2 correct answers from Tanvi and Lakshmi. So they get 10 and 7 respectively. Other interesting guesses were there, but unfortunately not correct. Question number 26. Now about a few personalities. So there's a picture of a person and even the first 2 parts of his name also there. You just need to give me the last word. This person is connected to dementia because he has made a distinction between the cognitive impairment due to dementia from that caused by other mental illnesses. And he has also identified different varieties of dementia like acute, chronic, senile. This person is in fact important. In psychiatry also, he is very famous. So I just need to get that name by which he know him. We don't know the initial 2 parts of his name, but the last part is very commonly seen in psychiatric discussions. I would say connected to psychopathology. Make some guesses. I've received 1 correct answer already. We'll wait for 5 seconds more. Okay, so we'll go to the answer. It is none other than a squirrel. So the points here, let me see. Only 1 person has got it correct, and that is Tanvi. Tanvi gets 10 full points for that question. Question number 26. So going on to question number 27. So it's a person's photo. His name is also there. A year is given. Why is he so well known, this person? I need to know why this person, Auguste Dedeto, is so very well known. I think all of you should try and get this correctly. Okay, I'm getting more responses. A simple, straightforward question. Not much confusion. Okay, can we go to the answer? The first case described by Alzheimer. That's first case to be described as having dementia, reported case. Although there is some subsequent controversies as to whether it was actually Alzheimer's dementia or some other subtype of dementia. I think it's better that you read up about that part of history. So the points go to 10 points to Tanvi, 7 to Manas, and 5 to Lakshmi. Okay. Also, Hari Krishnan has also got it correctly. Ubaid has got it correctly, but points go to the initial 3. Fine. Question number 28. I just want you to identify this person. Or maybe something described at the bottom of the slide that is synonymous with this person. His period of life was from 1851 to 1924. He described some spherical inclusion bodies found in the cytoplasm of affected cells that consist of tau fibrils as a major component, together with a number of other protein products, including ubiquitin and tubulin. So I just want to know this person's name, which actually happens to be synonymous with this described spherical inclusion bodies. So even second name would do. I don't need you to give the full name. A few more responses. There is still chance for grabbing a few points. Because many people have guessed and many have got it wrong. So I think you can still grab a few points here. Okay. I will close the answering window. We'll go to the answer. It is Arnold Pick, actually, the Pick's disease, or what is described as first description of neurodegenerative disease associated with this name. The bodies, Pick's bodies, are actually described in the slide. So that is Arnold Pick, or even Pick would give you the points. Unfortunately, I see only one answer from Amal to be correct. So he gets 10 full points for that particular question. Question number 29, the penultimate question in this quiz. Very simple one. I just need the name of this person. He lived from 1864 to 1915. And his first name is shared by the father of a German dictator. That is an interesting thing. I just wanted you to know the first name also, because we always talk about the second name. So give me the full name, please. That is a simple question. At least make an attempt, all of you. Even if not for points. Okay, I will close it. Going to the answer slide. It is Alois Alzheimer. Actually, Hitler's father's name was Alois Hitler, actually. So that was an interesting information that I got while going through the related things. So the points here are for Lakshmi gets 10 points, Tanvi gets 7, and Amal gets 5. So Lakshmi, Tanvi, and Amal in the order. So we have reached 29 questions. Question number 30, the last one. I hope we don't need any tiebreaker. And again, since we are not giving away any prizes, we will not break the tie. Just name this person, a famous personality. Don't tell me that you don't know him. And the book written by him is there. Again, that's a giveaway clue. His life term is 1856 to 1926. So I expect all of you to get it correct. Okay, so we will go to the answer here. I think there is no confusion. Actually, it is Emil Kraepelin, and he actually proposed the name Alzheimer's disease for this condition that we all discussed today. And that was in the 8th edition of his textbook in psychiatry. So that brings us to the end of today's quiz. And Anu, please come up with the final scores when you are ready. During that period, let me formally thank Dr. Nishant for the intense research and content that he has created for this quiz and the enthusiasm that he has shown for having this event today. Technical support from his friend, Mr. Arun, who was throughout there in that session, and he actually facilitated the process of this online activity, and scores maintained by Anu. So now over to Anu for the scores.
Sir, you didn't announce the last question. What are last
Okay,
question?
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll just read out the points of the last question. So 10 points to Lakshmi, 7 to Tanvi, and 5 to Manas. Lakshmi, Tanvi, and Manas.
Dayal, one question regarding the last one. Has anybody made it wrong?
Yeah, a few. I will not say the name.
Don't say the name. I just
that
want
is not fair. We have
Yeah,
promised.
Confidentiality will be maintained.
Yeah, we don't want. We don't want.
Yeah,
the name.
we don't. Yeah.
No, if it is 100%, that is great. That's why I was just asking. It's 100%. Everybody has given it correct because he is two things. One, he is the father of modern psychiatric classification. Modern psychiatry, some people may say, anyway, at least for modern psychiatric classification. And another thing, Alois Alzheimer was his student actually.
Yeah.
So Kraepelin only initiated Alzheimer because Kraepelin's concept of schizophrenia was dementia precox.
Yeah.
So he thought it is a neurodegenerative condition affecting in the young age, and that is why he called it dementia precox. But then he wanted Alzheimer to study the dementing illness occurring in the older age. So he was studying younger age, and Alzheimer was assigned to study the older age patients who were not having dementing features, whatever so-called dementing features in a young age, but later developed. And Alzheimer went on to that research and did the brain autopsies, studies and all that. That is how we have this condition which is named after him. And so Kraepelin himself graciously gave the name to, this Alzheimer's name was added to that by the Kraepelin himself. So that is the greatness of that person. Anyway.
Thank you, sir. So, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you for that explanation and additional information. Anu, are you ready?
Yes, sir. The results are ready.
Yes.
Actually, there is no confusion about the first. The first place goes to Tanvi. She has very high scores and with a high margin. Do not break score.
Very good. Excellent.
And second place, actually, it was a tough competition between Manas and Lakshmi. Manas gets the second place, 98 score.
Okay.
He gets 94.
Okay, very close.
He is third.
Okay.
And fourth place to Sawab sir.
Okay.
56 points.
Very good.
Then on the scoreboard, who have come to the scoreboard, Harikrishnan with 24 points.
Okay.
Amal with 22 points.
Okay.
Sharanya with 7 points.
Okay.
And Rehana with 5 points.
Very good. Okay.
Almost all have scored, I think. No, at least some score is there for almost all of them.
Yes.
That itself is good.
And actually, many others also got correct answers. Only thing is that we took only the first 3 correct responses. So we didn't give points to them. So in that way, everyone has got points in this quiz, actually.
Yeah, some correct answer.
Yes.
By someone. Almost everyone has got it something correct.
Yes.
So that itself is good. As a baseline, that is good.
Yes. So that finishes our quiz for today. And we have a YouTube channel where this will be streamed, actually. And it is available for others to view also. So I hope people go through this, and others who missed out on today's quiz also can actually make use of this. So it's the Department of Psychiatry, GMCK 441. Actually, that link is there. That will be made available in our WhatsApp group also. So I think
anybody wants to, before that, anybody wants to say anything? Any of the participants or other faculty, anybody wants to say a few words? Maybe. Yes, it's time, it is late, but still I think we can have 3-4 minutes. If there is anybody wanting to say anything, please come forward.
Sir, it was very useful. I don't know many of the answers.
Even for me, it was a learning experience. Actually, Nishant was the person behind questions, and I had to search and read a bit about almost all the questions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to say? What Mithun said is correct. I too agree. Initial questions, I was also a bit baffled. Oh, these are all there, I think. I was wondering. But after the 10th, 12th question, then it was more or less like familiar territory. Initial few questions, I had a little bit of confusion. In the sense, it's not, we are not currently updated on that. Anybody else?
Overall, it was very stimulating and enjoyable. Actually, I think Nishant and Dayal have made it quite.
Questions were of a high standard
and everything else.
Yeah. Questions were of very high standard. That is one thing. It was like a professional quiz. Dayal has done it really well. It was conducted like a professional quiz, and again, Tanvi has again outperformed by a huge margin, and I think she has a really making good effort in learning the basic. I mean, not only the basic, the advanced level things also. Okay, so that's good.
And all participation was very good, sir. Overall, I think the level of participation was, I think, notable and remarkable. That everyone has participated quite actively. I think these programs we can have on other similar occasions, I think, sir.
Maybe what we can do is,
it looks pretty stimulating.
Yes.
Now, what we can do is, after these lecture classes are over, we can have a quiz on that those areas, basic psychopathology, and we can put it in they can put it in their logbook also. Like, for example, the marks given in various things. Quiz, it will be a good thing, I think. So, the first, when we have the lectures on the history, mental status, and all those things, we'll have a quiz on that. So that
actually, sir, if formal exams this may stimulate people to read and enjoy it even better than having this formal exams sometimes.
To some extent, of course, to some extent, but the kind of writing skill and organizing and writing, that is another thing that they need. But this is also good for information.
That's true. Reading.
Information level,
reading,
you can really
reading the material.
And actually, many of the it helps you to remember certain things in certain contexts. And again, you can actually connect and link many different things like psychiatry, neurology, psychopathology, history. So actually, only when you start connecting those different areas, we will be able to make a better picture of the whole thing. So I think in that way, it can stimulate a lot of reading, related topics, related things. So you can continue this as a hobby along with your academics, and this can be part of it, which can stimulate your learning and inquisitiveness. And we are actually planning for bigger programs. I think we will announce it sometime later. Nishant has bigger plans for all of us, and we are actually thinking of making some regular programs, competitive programs, even open for others outside our department.
Yeah, we
But
can
that
invite
needs-
other college JRs
Yeah.
also. Maybe
Yeah.
we can invite. And
Only thing is
maybe
that
we can.
requires
The guild
major.
can. We can ask the guild to give a prize for the winners, like from the
Yes.
3 colleges in Calicut at least.
Yes.
We have 3, no? So we can invite and then.
Only issue is the technical side and other things. See, what we have seen in live direct quizzes, many people hesitate to answer. So we thought of giving some anonymity, some confidentiality to the responses here. That will encourage more people to come out with responses. That was one reason why we went for online. We could have very well done it offline. But the thing is that some people may not be available due to duties or some other things, other postings. And second thing is this part, that people are reluctant to come out with their guesses. So I think for quizzing, the first thing that you need to have is lose your inhibitions of giving wrong answers, because then only you can actually participate, enjoy and learn. Otherwise you can always be kind of obsessed about being it correct, getting it correct. So that is not, you may win, you may lose, but the thing is that you learn together with others answers. If you do it orally in a live setting, actually we can actually get it passed. The answers can be passed from one participant to the other. So one person makes a mistake and the other can improve on that. So that option is not there in this type of a quiz. So I think we will, once in a while, we have a live quiz also in the department.
That will
on
be
certain
good.
occasions. Yeah.
That will be
So
good.
I think this is just
Yeah.
a beginning. So let us hopefully do more programs in future, and we can improve on this method also.
I am also happy to remember that I had one quiz, South Zone quiz 2 times. One was in Kannur, there was the South Zone PG quiz. And the next time we had in Chennai, I don't remember who was my, I think, first was Subramanya sir with me. The next time I can't remember, Abu or somebody was the teammate. And we won, both times we won. This Kannur we won by a huge margin. The other one was very tight because the Chennai people, you know, they are very sharp and smart in managing to get to their advantage. So, but still we could win by a narrow margin. So that I remember. It is interesting to have quiz. I also love, but I don't attend very much. But this was a very high standard and very well conducted. Without, we didn't have, fortunately, we didn't have any software or this. On that technical
even technical part was okay, sir. Technical
was
was pretty smooth. I mean, operation was not really.
Only thing that warning of safety first used to come in between. That is okay. It is good. The time of
that
Nipah,
is for my safety, sir. Otherwise, I will jump into the answer directly.
No, for Nipah it is good also. Being Nipah time, that is good. Everybody should be careful of the safety.
That intended Dayal, safety first.
Yeah, that was actually a safety slide between the question and the answer. So I can prevent myself from pushing on to the next slide and inadvertently in between, because sometimes it may reveal the answer and spoil the fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing in the context of Nipah virus and all.
And that is that's actually a safety slide that we call in.
No, now we cannot have a physical quiz also because of Nipah. We should not assemble together. So this is the only way we have.
Because safety first.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, congrats Tanvi and also Lakshmi and Manas who have done well, and all the others who have scored. I think everybody has debuted with some score at least. So that is great. Yeah. And even those who didn't get the point also, they have scored in a way they have answered correctly. So that way it was great. Okay. So
a few words, Nishant, to end.
Nishant, maybe final words from Nishant.
Yes, please.
Because the questions were a little bit very high standard.
Nishant has kept a dignified silence. No, you have to break it now, Nishant.
No, sir. Actually, before preparing the questions, I also didn't know the answers. That's why I had to read and get the answers. So otherwise, this is probably the first time we are actually going live. I think that was the advantage of this program. Like we went live in the YouTube, streamed live. So this is available for friends in our department channel. So even otherwise, also in any other programs like this, we can actually use this live streaming thing so that people outside the department can also see it, even though they can't be part of
you can share it in the YouTube link, can be shared in other groups, our psychiatry groups, so that people, those who have time or those who are interested in quiz will have a look at it. Okay. So you can do that also. Share the link of the YouTube thing in other channel, other group. Okay.
Yes. Okay, sir. So that's it. Thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
then
Yes.
good night. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, good
on
night.
behalf of
Okay.
all. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Dayal. Thank you, Dayal,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
Nishant and Anu for coordinating and doing it. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Nishant, Anu, everyone. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so stop.